It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
So good to be with you again, everybody. The NBA season has now hit its stride. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Utah Jazz at Energy Solutions Arena. And for Utah, they're not satisfied with the record over the last 10 games. Under 500 basketball, just not good enough. Looking to improve tonight. Well, if you want to describe the two teams going at it tonight, they are fresh, young, and hungry. Kenny, how hard is it for these two coaches to get their guys to play consistently?
I mean, experience is probably the most valuable tool in the NBA, and that inexperience makes it hard. You know, it's a teaching tool. You got to yell a lot, start pulling your hair out. That's why I'm bald, because I was pulling my hair out, you know, to some of my younger players that I play with. But it's important.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Timberwolves come into town for this one. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. This game will wrap up the homestand here for the Jazz. This is an important game for them because they've really been struggling. Just one win in their last 5 games.
And an opportunity for them to even this thing up in terms of the season series. A team they'll see 4 times in all, a win here would boost their confidence in the matchup.
It sure would. They say the great ones always bounce back from a bad game. That goes for teams as well as players. I mean, they want to answer back for their last showing against this team and show what they're made of here.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Hudson in at 2 guard. Towns is out there with Carlos Boozer. Then it's Ricky Rubio. And it's Wiggins in at the 3. Now here's Burke to the middle. And there's the feed to Hood. Just 5 on the clock. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Favors can't get it to go. And so it's Minnesota with it. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Now here's Burke. Following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. Hayward can't hit. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I was able to talk with Quinn Snyder for a moment. We talked about the challenges posed by a player like Ricky Rubio, such a tremendous passer and floor general. Coach said, we know he can make plays, but making shots is where he's been less effective. We need to focus on staying home and forcing him to beat us with his scoring. Guys, we'll see if they can limit his highlight reel dimes. Back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Now here's Hayward, following the miss by Freak. And it's Hayward again missing.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Hudson the pass to Boozer. He's looking for Wiggins and finds him. And stolen by Hood. Swiped away. And the dunk by Towns.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And Utah has possession. Following the bucket by the Timberwolves. 6 on the shot clock. Hayward dishes to Burke. Trying to get back on track. Rebound, Minnesota.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
A nice shot by Hudson.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
They set the pick. Here's Hood. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hood's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
To the inside and stolen by Favors. Now here's Burke. He's tightly guarded. Favors with the screen. Favors with the screen on Rubio. Burke can't get it to go. Minnesota leading by 3. Rubio outside. Hayward against Hudson. Back to Rubio. Offensive rebound. Towns. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
I just love the determination on that backboard. Coming out of the gates, really, really strong.
There's the screen. Goes up the baseline. No good. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Hudson kicks to Rubio. Beyond the arc. Here's Towns. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking them.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yep, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
The drive by Rubio. He feeds it to Hudson. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Hudson's got 8 points.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
All right, fans, I want everyone here in the arena to get on up out of your seats and make some noise for your jazz dancers.
And checking out some stats for Wiggins, a strong stretch of play the last 10 games. Averaging about 16 points, just over 2 steals, and pounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
Now here's Burke. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And here we go. On up the court. That's good.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Favors passes to Hayward. Will it go? And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
Now here's Wiggins. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
Here's Burke, following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Hayward with the ball. Boozer picks him up. Hayward dishes to Favors. For 3. Burke can't get it to go. Timberwolves leading by 12. And Rubio kicks to Towns. Passes it to Hudson. Lets it go from deep. Gobert pulls it in. Utah's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Favors with the screen. Burke, the pass to Gobert. Pass to Hood. Goes to the reverse layup and keeps it in.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Here's Hudson. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
The shooting percentage is really solid so far, fellas. Good start to this game for him.
Burke dishes to Favors. There's the pick. Favors with a screen on Hudson. Burke with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Shot clock at 5. That's good.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job. Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Here's Favors. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. Favors got it back down to within single digits for the Jazz. Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to New York.
Yeah, it's just hard to make up when you have an inability to make free throws consistently, and that's why they ended up losing.
Yes, sir. I think some doubt started to creep in when they kept missing those foul shots. I mean, you could see them start to shy away from wanting to even go to the line. What a night so far for D. He already has 8 points, and he's been a good on-the-ball defender, too. He's got a pair of steals.
Yeah, he's just made a lot of very heads-up plays, and his has been a difference maker.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Miles checked in for Rudy Gobert. C.J. Miles comes in for Gordon Hayward. Shelvin Max checked in for Hood. And it's Dante Exum in for Burke. And Derek Favors with the slam.
And just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
Timberwolves leading by 6. Levine kicks to Wiggins. Over to the wing. Here's Hudson. And there's the whistle. It's going to go on Andrew Nicholson. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Mack. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. This is the Favors. Here is Miles, covered by Wiggins. Now, here's Exum. 14 points from him the last game against New York. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Miles, no good.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Hudson the pass to Nicholson. Down low. No good from Hudson.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And here's Miles outside. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. And so it's Minnesota with it. It's a 3-point game. Last time they met was in Utah.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger Clark right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. And he gets it to go.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And he gets it to go.
That is an elegant move to drop in the floater there, guys.
Exum dishes to Favors. Now here's Exum. Not a lot of room. Back to Favors. And that comes off the assist by Exum. And that's now 7 points for Derek Favors.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Now here's Wiggins. He's got 6. And Thompson kicks to Hudson. Great D that time from Favors.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Exum with it, picked up by Thompson. Here's Favors. No good. Wiggins with some nice D. Minnesota leading by 3. Hudson the pass to Nicholson. Kicks it to Levine. From past the arc. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
All right, fans, I want everyone here to get on up your seats and make some noise for your Jazz Dancer.
This break gives us the chance to see which teams have been the most successful in the transition game this month. In fourth, the Timberwolves.
Now, they've been playing an exciting brand of basketball during that. Get out in the open floor.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Hayward out there with C.J. Miles. And it's Rudy Gobert. Then there's Burke. And it's Hood in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group right now for Utah. Here's Hudson. 11 points in the game. That 3 off the mark. Jazz trail by 3. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Hawks put on a show. He ended with 41 points, and did he ever have active hands on defense? Stealing, blocks, both were a part of his game that night. He had a great game in all facets, and his coach called it a complete game of basketball. High praise to be sure, guys.
Appreciate it, Doris. Thanks. Well, we've seen a lot of great players have a lot of great games, but that was something special.
And I love that no matter what approach they tried against him, nothing worked. I mean, he was ready for everything.
It makes you wonder what kind of defense they'll throw at him tonight. I mean, however they choose to play him, it's still going to take a special effort to keep him under control.
Burke dishes to Miles. Inside.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
At the line for 2.
Both free throws good from Hood.
That's a familiar sight. He hardly ever wastes his chances at the line. Cashes in regularly.
And it's Rubio penetrating. The pass to Towns. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 3 assists tonight. Jazz trail by 3. Burke kicks to Hayward. He dishes it to Hood, and that is good. Hood's got 6 here in this quarter.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside. It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And keep an eye on the three-point shooting because that has been a factor as well. If they can maintain that current form, they can be successful.
Here's Hood. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against New York.
Yeah, and talk about his scoring. I mean, Kevin, with the defense trying to pressure him, he did a good job of getting them to overcommit and getting himself to the line.
And the Jazz with possession here. Following the miss by Freak. To the wing right side. And here's Gobert. 6 on the shot clock. Count that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Hayward.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Now here's Hayward. 20 points for him last game against New York. Shot from free throw range. It's a big high bounce and goes in. Hayward's got 7 now in this quarter.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Over the last 10 games, you can see where the Timberwolves rank in the league. First in assists, scoring, and they're ranked 3rd in lowest amount of turnovers per game. That's the sign of a team that understands the importance of taking care of the ball.
And how about that assist rate? Great chemistry offensively, playing with one mind, if you will, all on the same page. That's special basketball we're witnessing here tonight.
Count the bucket. Here's Burke. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Mack, the pass to Miles. There's the screen. Now here's Burke, covered by Rubio. A floater. Rebound, Minnesota. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Hudson, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
Jazz trail by 6. Mack dishes to Miles. Hayward on the wing. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Timberwolves leading by 6. And Rubio kicks to Hudson. Feeds it to Levine. Screen by Boozer. Levine passes to Boozer. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Off the screen, and that one's good. Burke's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Shelvin Mack. That's his first foul.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
On defense, Utah. They trail by 6. It's stolen by Gobert.
That steal was a product of active hands and outstanding defensive awareness there.
Hayward dishes to Burke. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Burke's got 4 points this quarter. Minnesota's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And Rubio kicks to Hudson. Screen by Boozer. Lets it go with a 3. Timberwolves keep it alive. Off the mark, his first miss of the game, 1 for 2. The dish to Mack. Gobert, the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Pass to Burke. Fires from deep.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
No basket, missed number 5 out of his 8 shots. Levine can't hit.
You know, just a little too fancy on that play.
Well, you don't want to force any play, but particularly the alley-oop. You'd like to try that when it's wide open. He got off to a slow start. It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but he's turned it on here in the second.
Derek Favors checked in.